As we approach August 2021, the DJI Mini 2 has nearly been with us for 12 months. Now, like it or not, that means a refresh is on the way soon. So let's discuss some of the latest rumours, what it will have and what it certainly won't have. Let's get into it. So the name, we're expecting this to be called the DJI Mini 2S. Similar to the DJI Air 2S, this will be a spec update with some new features rather than a huge hardware difference. The DJI Air 2S didn't physically look any different, but it did pack a 1-inch sensor, OcuSync 3 and ActiveTrack 4.0. This will allow DJI to keep updating their product line with small updates yearly, similar to what we see in phone manufacturers like Samsung, Huawei and iPhone. So now we're going to be talking about the next thing to do with this, which is the rumour about the difference within the DJI Mini 2 and this Mini 2S, and that's going to be the cost. Unfortunately, we are expected to see a price increase on the latest DJI Mini drone due to the international chip shortage which is going on currently. Everything that's going on around the world and it has been going on for the last year, everything import and exporting has got more expensive. We saw on the DJI Air 2S there was a price increase, and we are expected to see a price increase on the next DJI Mini line. So the DJI Mini 2S is expected to be around $100 or £100 more expensive than before. So this takes it to around about the $520 or pound mark, and this is for the standard package. They could also take advantage of the DJI Mini SE now, that being a budget friendly drone but also at a really good price point. They can now increase the cost of that DJI Mini 2S, and then they will actually market this to say, yes, it's more expensive, but it's got this feature, and it's a lot better. So they can bridge that gap more. So we do expect to see a price increase, and then this is also going to bump up the price for the DJI Fly combo as well, which we'll get to in a minute. In relation to the camera upgrades, the DJI Mini 2 already has a fantastic camera. However, DJI's biggest issue is keeping this drone under the 250 gram mark or less. So for this reason, DJI will never put a 1-inch sensor on this drone, and this is for a few reasons. Firstly, the weight of that camera alone with the 1-inch sensor will put the drone way over that 250 gram limit. Currently, the DJI Mini 2 with the new LiPo battery is 238 grams. They just didn't change the actual label on the side. But this doesn't allow for a lot of actual change in anything hardware related to keep it under that magical 250 gram limit. But also we need to remember that for the second reason, that currently DJI are the biggest drone company in the world right now, and they are experts in this field and also at business and marketing. By putting in features into a DJI Mini drone series like this, adding a 1-inch sensor and features such as ActiveTrack, all that will do is cannibalize the bigger drones such as the DJI Air 2S or the Mavic Pro series. They want, just as similar to other companies out there, they want you to have several different drones for different reasons. So don't expect, although it would be fantastic, to see a 1-inch sensor on a DJI Mini series. So what camera updates are we expected to see? So we're expected to see spec updates, so a bump of actual spec performance relating to this S upgrade. So 4K 60 is all but pretty much guaranteed. We had 4K 30, which is fantastic, but it doesn't allow you to slow that footage down smoothly. For that, you'd have to then go down to 2.7K 60. So 4K 60 is all but a given, especially by having all these other DJI Mini competitions on their hands, such as the Hubsan Xeno Mini Pro, if it ever comes out, and then other manufacturers who are also going to be bringing out drones as well. Is that another rumour to do with this is that we could see the same camera off the DJI Pocket 2. Now, anyone who's got the DJI Pocket 2 will know that this also takes fantastic videos and photos. We will see a 64 megapixel camera, and it is also really good and better for low light, and also that camera shoots at 4K 60, and it's also a really compact small camera, so we could also see that. So one of those two are the heaviest sort of contenders for an update relating to the camera. Please don't, although it would be fantastic, expect to see that 1-inch sensor. So the DJI Mini 2 has a great range already. It's remarkable the range you can get from this drone in such a small compact package. but we aren't expected to see any increases in this range at all, and to be fair, we don't need it either. What we would like to see, and what's been rumoured, is that the OcuSync 3 that the DJI Air 2S got, we would hope to see that in that next upgrade as well. So the DJI Air 2S has 4 antennas, the DJI Mini 2 only has 2 antennas. So again, weight is another issue, but if these 2 antennas were added, and they could be added, then this will allow for OcuSync 3, and this will allow them for that drone to have a much better signal performance in areas with interference, built up areas, or even in open countrysides. This will also allow the possibilities for 1080p streaming and the use of goggles paired with that drone. I don't know about you, but I would love to be able to pair any type of FPV goggles or DJI goggles with that DJI Mini 2. It would be fantastic if that was a possibility. But for me, using the DJI Air 2S, even in areas where it's close by to you but you've got lots of signal interference, having 4 antennas makes such a big difference, and from testing both I can tell the difference straight away of such a stronger signal having those 4 antennas than the 2 antennas on the Mini 2. So that would be a fantastic upgrade alone just in that. Okay, the elephant in the room: obstacle avoidance, sensors, active track. So a huge wish list for me and for pretty much everybody out there who already has a DJI Mini 2 and wants that Mini 3 or 2S is active track and obstacle avoidance. Now, whilst this would be amazing, I can't see it happening. Certainly not the full package. So we have seen from this leaked image here what looks like to be a cutout at the front of the drone which could house a potential front sensor. This would allow for front obstacle avoidance and a partial active track, just like we had and we saw on the DJI Spark a few years ago that had a front active track, and it did well to a degree. So with having just a front sensor, obviously obstacle avoidance wise you're going to have to be still careful because you're going to have no sensors on the side or the back. So for active track point of view, yes, it could follow you using that front sensor, and we're expected also to be able to follow you with the drone going backwards as well, but obviously without that backwards sensor the potential is for it to crash there. Anything is better than it is at the moment. The current option is we haven't got one, so one sensor is better than nothing. But again, it comes down to weight and cannibalizing these bigger drones. If you want to pick up a drone with full-on active track performance, able to track you on a bike or any vehicle, yourself running, anything like that, that's why they need to pick up the other bigger drones. The Air 2S will be a good example. They're not going to cannibalize that drone with the Mini 3 or the Mini 2S. As great as that would be, it's not going to happen. The battery on the DJI Mini 2S, don't expect a battery life improvement in this. They already use the new lighter LiPo batteries than the current DJI Mini 1, so with that extra tech and software that we will hope to see in this drone, this will use more battery power, be more resourceful on the processor, so expect a battery maybe potential decreasement. But what's been rumoured and what I strongly agree with is that it will remain around that 30-minute mark. So what actual software features are we expected to see? So these features won't be new, but they are taking them from other drones. So the most obvious one will be the newly released Master Shots, which we saw on the DJI Air 2S. Now this just picks all of the different quick shots which is already on the drone, and it makes a really nice created movie for you by using all those different shots combined. I don't use Master Shots a lot, but for them times where I do want to use it, it is really good. Now the current DJI quick shots, I still use them. I think the Helix especially I like a lot. We're expected to see all them. I don't think we're going to be getting anything new on that because we would have seen a new quick shot added on the Air 2S and we haven't. So with this being spec updates only, a Master Shots is a spec update, you know, that's better, so expect to see that. We've already mentioned about the active track, so be able to actually use active track to track you using that front facing sensor would be a fantastic upgrade, and then that potential to have some kind of live streaming as well. So features wise, it's going to be pretty much similar to as it is. You're still going to have raw photos on photos and actual video. We're going to have 4K 60. So these are increments. Are they enough though? That we'll get onto that in a minute, but these are certainly improvements. Let's talk about the controller. So the DJI Mini 2 and the Air 2S and the Air got the same controller. I don't mind the controller at all. I think it's really good. I like the battery life on it, possibly would like something smaller, but we aren't expected to see this on an S upgrade. So based on these rumoured updates, would this be enough for you to upgrade? So the price increase going up to around that £500 or dollar mark would then also bump up the DJI Fly More combo into the £650, £700 dollar mark. Now whilst this drone is fantastic, the price is starting to push close to that DJI Air 2S mark. The beauty of the drone is this freedom to fly pretty much anywhere you're allowed to in your country. It's a perfect travel drone, it's a perfect beginner drone, but for anyone with a DJI Mini 2, it will be interesting to see if these added features will be worthwhile for you to maybe buy this new upgraded drone, sell your current drone. Is it enough for you to actually upgrade? So you've reached the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching this. I cannot wait for this drone to come out. The DJI Mini 2 and the DJI Air 2S currently are my favourite drones from all the different drone manufacturers, and it will take a lot to beat them, but I am looking forward to testing this out. The DJI Mini 2 has been with me all the time in so many different places, and I've captured some fantastic footage, and I am looking forward to some more features on this next upgraded drone. That said, the price increase, the DJI Mini 2, for majority of people out there, for beginners or for anybody who wants to just have a fantastic portable drone, is more than enough. So it's going to have to be worth that price increase. Let's see what happens. So comment down below what you would like to see, what you're excited about, and if you actually would upgrade if you've already got the DJI Mini 2. It'd be really interesting to see your comments. So take care, bye for now. If you're new around here, like and subscribe would be excellent. See you very soon guys, take care, bye bye.